YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. Today we have another review for you on the new Sig P320 X5 Legion.
Nice.
So for those of you who are not new to the channel, you know that I'm typically a Glock or a CZ guy. I don't really run SIGs too often. However, I had one of these in shop doing some holster fitment stuff with, and I really just like the feel right out of the box. I decided that I needed to get one myself and might as well do a review on it. I'm happy to say that I will probably start shooting some matches with this particular gun, and if I was back on patrol in a law enforcement setting, I definitely would consider carrying this as my duty gun.
Nice.
So as always, full disclosure on how I acquired the gear for these reviews. The P320 X5 Legion I actually purchased from Ventura Munitions, ran me about $900. In addition to that, I picked up a Delta Point Pro. I'm part of their Pro program, so I got that at a discounted price, as well as the Surefire X300 from Surefire. So let's go ahead and do a breakdown of the specs on the P320 X5 Legion. So SIG has increased the weight of this P320 to 43.5 ounces by using a tungsten infused grip module. They're actually calling this their TXG tungsten infused heavy X grip. They're claiming this is the first of its kind in the firearms industry because it combines the weight of steel and the flex of polymer while reducing the muzzle flip by up to 50%. SIG has said with the use of their new skeletonized trigger, the trigger pull has been lightened up to 30%. They've also upgraded the recoil system to use a solid steel guide rod and a 14-pound 1911 style spring. It also comes with an additional 12-pound spring in the box. When you purchase the X5 Legion, it's going to come with a Legion gray finish as well as Legion markings on the side plate and all three of the Henning Group anodized aluminum base pads. The firearm also incorporates a 5-inch bull barrel, a removable magwell, and a grip weight, and it is also cut for the new Romeo 1 Pro optic or the Delta Point Pro from Leupold. If you pick up the X5 Legion and decide that you don't want to run a red dot, it will come equipped with an adjustable Dawson Precision fiber optic sight set. Now the way we equipped this gun was with a Surefire X300 Ultra and a Delta Point Pro and a fully loaded 21 round mag. I actually took it up to my bedroom and threw it on our scale, and it came out to be an exact 3.8 pounds. And honestly, that sounds super heavy, but when you get on the range with it and just feel the recoil reduction from the weight and the lightened trigger, it's a pretty awesome gun to run. Total time 181, all good hits. So for this review, we actually got about 700 to 1,000 rounds through the gun. This was over the course of 2 different days. We went out to film the review video with my buddy Stephen Pham, who was visiting, Gabe before he left for the Marine Corps, Guy who works in the shop with us, and John. However, we were supposed to have 2 range sessions, they got mixed up, so we ended up having to film on both days. No big deal, more range footage for you guys. It was really cool because Mike, our buddy from Ventura Munitions, actually came out to the range with us, and he's only felt the gun in shop. He hasn't actually had a chance to shoot it, so I got him on camera, and this was his reaction.
Good.
So it's my understanding you sell these, but you haven't shot them?
Have not shot it.
Well, all right.
See how it goes.
What do you think, sir?
It's not bad. That's super easy to shoot.
And it's not $2,000.
It's not.
As you can see from his comments and the smile on his face, yes, the P320 X5 Legion is definitely a fun gun to shoot. I do want to bring up one thing that I noticed, and I'm not sure if it's in regards to all of the P320 X5 Legions. However, the one that I purchased, at first the trigger had 2 resets, and I didn't notice this when I went to shoot my initial first rounds to the gun. I went to reset and I pressed and nothing happened. I actually flinched pretty bad. You'll see it in this video here. All right, first rounds through the Sig P320 X5 Legion. But when we got to the second range day and we had about 700 rounds through it, I noticed that it went away and I was running the gun even quicker. I was able to get some bill drills down to like a 1.6 from the holster. 160. That's pretty dang fast for me. I think my fastest bill drill ever was like a 1.54 or 1.59, which I did with a crazy tricked out Glock many years ago. Like I said earlier, we had a lot of people come out to the range with us, and everybody enjoyed shooting it right out of the box. I will say for 900 bucks, it's pretty awesome because it's coming completely tricked out, everything you'd want to do it minus an optic and a light. If you're shooting competition, you might not even want those two things. I do want to mention something I noticed about the magwell in conjunction with the 17-round magazines and base plates that come with the X5 Legion. When you insert the magazine, it sits extremely flush with the grip of the gun, almost to where the magazine disappears. This isn't a huge issue, however, for me, I like using the 21-round mags because it sticks out just a little bit and I can positively feel it click into place and know that the magazine's there. With the extremely flush mags that come with the gun, that's not always the case. I didn't run into any issues, but that's just something really minor you might want to consider if you're going to pick up extra magazines. Check out the 21 rounders. I believe for me they work better. I did read somewhere though that Sig might have gone this route with the magazine because in some competitions the gun with the magwell and the extended magazine was not fitting into a competition regulated box. Therefore they put flush magazines with the gun, that way it would fit in the box so somebody could use it in competition. If that's the case, super clever, really smart to do. You can definitely pick up 21 round mags and they fit just fine. We used a lot of them here on the range for this review. Now speaking of the magwell, this thing makes reloads super clean, super quick, probably the easiest gun I've had to reload with. In addition to that, the weight that the magwell incorporates with the weight that's built into the grip module, it keeps it so flat, guys. Like, it is like shooting a double stack 2011. The grip angle is very similar in my opinion to a 1911, so I was able to get on target naturally. My point of aim was just extremely natural, and coming up on target was very easy to do even with the red dot. For those of you who checked out my X Compact video and are wondering if there's a way to Frankenstein build this one, unfortunately I don't believe there is. I know they're selling the grip module separately, however they're not selling the slide separately. That has the 5-inch barrel and the serration cuts and all of the window cuts that are incorporated in the X5 Legion model. So you probably won't be able to build a Frankenstein version of the P320 X5 like I did before. However, at a price point of $900, the 3 magazines, the recoil springs, everything you get with the gun, I think it's fairly priced. It shoots extremely well right out of the box, and I think that as far as the competition guns go, there are ones that don't do as well that are priced much higher. A couple of other things I wanted to mention to you guys. When you go to switch out the optic, the screws are actually on the underside of the slide, so you're gonna have to take off the back plate in order to get to those screws. It's not a huge issue because if you're gonna put your optic on, you're probably gonna leave it on. However, if you're somebody who goes back and forth between it, that's definitely something to consider because it's not the most convenient thing or way to put an optic on, in my opinion. And while we're talking about optics, Sig incorporates the rear sight into the cover plate that is used for when the optic is not there. So if you're going to run an optic, you're not going to be able to run backup sights. One fix might be to get the rear sight that inserts into the back of the Delta Point Pro, along with a really high front sight for the Sig. But other than that, I don't think there will be a way for you to have co-witnessing backup sights with your optic if you're running the red dot on the Sig X5 Legion. I typically like to run backup irons with my optics. I'm slowly moving towards not having them anymore after watching some other shooting instructors being able to engage targets out to 25 yards just through the window of their optic if it fails. In addition to that, realizing that the technology that we have for optics nowadays is far more advanced than the past, therefore much more reliable. So I'm slowly making my way towards running just red dots with no backup irons, and especially for the case of the Sig X5 Legion, I don't have an option to do so, so that's how I'm running it. So that's it for our review on the P320 X5 Legion from Sig Sauer. As you guys know, I like to keep these short and sweet, show you guys what I think about the gun from our initial range session. I definitely recommend you check out other reviews on this, more in-depth ones if you're considering purchasing it. However, I think for the price point, like I said before, it is definitely worth the value. As I mentioned before, I don't typically run SIGs. I'm more of a CZ, Glock, or 1911 guy. But yes, in this case, I would definitely pick the P320 X5 Legion as a duty carry gun or a competition gun. I'm actually looking to shoot some matches with our buddy Helly Joe. You've seen him in some of the vlogs soon, him and Corey maybe, but I will be running this gun and I would love to get some footage for that in our vlog. As always guys, thanks for checking out the review. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up down below. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to our channel as we post several videos throughout the week. And if you guys are looking to support our content, we did start a Patreon account. I have linked it down below. It is running strong. In the first week, we have about 40 Patreons. I can't thank you guys enough for joining and helping us out. Your support is what makes it possible for us to film these videos and get this gear review stuff out to you. Thanks guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. All right, 50 yards out with the X5 Legion. 2 out of 3. Let's go to 100. All right, so now we're 100 yards out with the X5 Legion. Man, I can barely see that steel. Three out of 4, I'll take that. All right, now we're 100 yards out. Nah, do it again. What happened, bro?
Go, first timer.
Day.
New video recording.
I don't feel the effects of alcohol, but I see them.
Still recording.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah.